Hello everyone and welcome back to the farm. So, as we saw in the last episode, we have cut and we have tedded once. The sun has been out since 6 o'clock this morning. It is now about 9 and it's drying out beautifully. So I think it is time for us to ted again, which is absolutely fantastic. We still haven't had the quote back from Mr. Dex on vehicle repair. Some people were asking if Abby knew. So far, I've been, shall we say, I've been honest, but I haven't told her the extent of it, I think is safe to say. Right then. Let's get this lifted up. No point in getting it folded though, because we're going to go straight out into the field and do some more tedding. Some people saying that the gearbox on this thing is sounding pretty loud, so I'm going to have a look at it at some point to see if it's a problem that needs solving. Yeah, I mean, it does seem a lot louder than it used to be. Anyway, let's get this fired up and lowered. And here we go. Let's get tedding done. Looking good. Fluffing all that grass up beautifully. So yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to check the gearbox on this thing, because like the clunking while changing gear is it's pretty bad. It's been a little while since we had the tractor inspected and worked on. Quite costly. I'd expect it to be alright for quite some time though, and yeah, not yet. Ooh, look, that canola's already in there. I wonder if our oilseed rape is ready. It might be, you know. That'd be terrific. We shall go and check on it later. But yeah, ours was very similar looking to that next door neighbour's field. And now that field looks very much ready. So over the last week we've had quite a lot of nice dry weather. I imagine that the moisture is getting towards the right level for harvest, to be perfectly honest, but won't be harvesting today. We've got to get this hay finished. This is absolutely the most important thing to do. The last thing we want is to run out of hay. Especially when we've got some little nippers on the way. Need to make sure that they're fed well. Right. I think it's time for me to just crack on and get this tedding done. It's looking good so far. We've done another loop of the headland and then we'll start going up and down the field, I think. Right then, we're just finishing it off. It is still a bit damp. I think that's the dew from overnight. Maybe I didn't leave it baking long enough, but we'll just have to ted it again later, I guess. And then we'll have to get it all rowed up and then baled. Well, there we go. That is it, fairly well sorted. I see what you mean about the gearbox. Now I can. It's pointed out to me. It's really annoying. Right then. Okay. Let's just park this up over here because we're going to need it again. There. Do you know what? I'm going to see if I can do something about this gearbox while we're waiting for the grass to dry out a bit. Let's pull into the workshop. That'll do. Right. Ugh. Yeah, it's going to be... oh, that was a bit close. A bit lucky there. It's going to be... it's going to be difficult to figure out what's causing that clunking noise. I think it's coming from the gear change mechanism, but we'll see what we can do anyway. Right, well, I've just been and had some lunch. Before lunch, I found out that there is a sort of a noise attenuation pad on top of the gearbox, which has disintegrated. I'm going to have to order a new one of those. And in the meantime, we're just going to have to put up with a slightly louder gearbox. I'm surprised, actually, it's only the gearbox that's caused the problem. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to ted the field again. I won't do it on camera, but we've left it another sort of 2-3 hours now, and it is looking much drier. So we'll get the field tedded again. I have spoken to the dealership about a windrower. Now, they haven't got the one that we used last time. It's out at the moment with other farmers, and it's got a absolutely full book schedule. However, they have a large one. I'm not really sure how large, but yeah, a really large Pottinger that they said I could use if I could get it into the field. Now I thought, well, I've got quite good access to the field, so it shouldn't be a problem. So that is the plan. Anyway, I'll get this tedding done, and then we'll go and pick up the windrower. And latch that in, and that's all folded. Well, doesn't that look so much better? This is properly dried out now. All ready to row up and make some bales. Absolutely fantastic. Can't wait. So, we're going to get the tedder taken off. We're going to head down to the dealership to pick up what they say is a large windrower. Don't know how large yet, but hopefully it will make the job a lot quicker. Right, let's just lower that down there. Beautiful. Okay, we'll get the PTO removed and take the latches off. Fantastic. Well, I'm going to head straight down there, because the quicker we can get it all rowed up, the better. And we can crack on with baling as well. Don't know whether it would be better to row up today and bail tomorrow, or try and get it all done today. I really don't know. Well, like I said, still waiting to hear back from Steve Dex on just how much it's going to cost me that silly mistake in the car. But not sure what to do until I hear it, basically, because there's not a lot that we can do apart from just sort of hold on to our money. I can't really, I can't be more than sort of £500, can it? Oh, speaking of money, the dealership have done me a really good deal on this windrower. It's supposed to be £200 for a day hire. Must be a big one. If you remember, the other one I used to borrow was £100 for the week. But yes, we'll be taking it back today as well. And they are doing it for me for £100 for the day because they had no other alternative option, which would have been better for me. I hope it's not too difficult to manoeuvre around the field, if I'm honest. It's yeah, it's a little bit of a worry. What's that? Why is there white in that field there? It's like snow. Weird. But yeah, we'll see what it is here. Oh, it looks like it's had a line put on it. There's something that I haven't considered getting the ground tested for at ours. Okay, let's get in here. And leave that there while we go and talk to them. Okay, so £100 down, which isn't bad. They said do be careful with it. It is not exactly the easiest thing to manoeuvre. And it's over in the corner of the car park at the back, next to where they keep the other things. Oh crikey, that is a big one. Wow. That seems a bit too big for my field, but we've got what we've got. We can't, you can see it's well used, but we can't delay getting it all rode up, can we? So that is pretty big. Hope I've got enough power for this. Right, that's it all connected. Yeah, this is going to be a bit, it's going to be huge. Well, at least there won't be many rows anyway. Okay, let's get this back to the farm. It doesn't even have a steering rear axle. It makes it a little trickier, in fact. Although probably easier to reverse. Right, I'll get this back to the farm and then we will crack on and get everything rowed up. I've got to say, this thing is huge. It's not even unfolded yet, and it's absolutely massive. We can get it through to the field, which we can. Right. It's all hydraulic, so let's just pull it out into the field to see how big it is. Right, if I press this, it should unfold it. Wow. That's huge. Right, well, if I reverse up here slightly. We can get it fired up. That's a good sign, it's all working. Lowered down. And then we can start to collect all the grass into one swath, but got to be so careful not to smack it on the walls and things. Has got a guardrail, but I don't really want to be using it. Wow, that's creating the biggest swath I think I've ever seen on this farm. But we're going to miss a lot around the edges, unfortunately. It'll have to rot down over time. Ooh, too close to the trees. Right. I need to focus on this, so I'm going to get this done. And we'll see you in a bit. So, let's get it folded up before we get much further. I have never seen swaths this big. I don't know if my baler's going to be able to cope with this. We'll have to try it, but it's going to be a bit difficult. It's really going to take some power. It's going to be popping out bales constantly. Right, let's just cut through here. Around this way. I can't believe how big those swaths are. I really think my baler's going to struggle with that. But the first thing we've got to do is take this back to the dealership. Oh, hang on. The phone's going. Hello?
Hey Robert, it's Steve.
Oh, hello Steve. How's you, the quote come back, has it?
Yeah, that's right.
Go on then. What's the damage?
2,200.
What?